Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the 2023 GMC Sierra 1500. This truck has the AT4X package. It's finished off in Summit White with an MSRP just over $80,000. And this AT4X package adds a lot of goodies that we'll go over in today's video. But we're gonna start off with what powers this full-size truck. So as we pop the hood, this has a 6.2 liter V8 paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission, pumps out 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. That power sent to the rear wheels. However, with the AT4X, that gives you the four-wheel drive system. Weighs in right around 5,800 pounds, so this is a heavy full-size truck. It'll do 0 to 60 in the mid 5-second range. Top speed is 100 miles an hour, and it has a large fuel capacity, 24 gallons. You'll expect to see around 14 miles per gallon in the city, 18 out on the highway. But let's get into the exterior styling now for the Sierra. So up front, one thing to note, you'll notice that the GMC red is different from the tow hook red. Interesting to see why they used two different reds. And then if I want to go a step further, I'd say that the 4 in the AT4X badge is a third red. So very interesting to see that contrast. But aside from the coloring, I think it has a great front end design to it. Now this has a forward facing camera to give you that added visibility. Plenty of cutouts in that grille. I like the dark trim that it has. So plenty of cutouts provide cooling to that engine, along with the functional air inlets on the side. So that'll give this a little bit better aerodynamics and hopefully improve that gas mileage slightly. Now this has a set of LED fog lights on each side of the gloss black trim pieces in the lower section of the bumper. It even has LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals. And I love how the grille kind of continues its way into that headlight housing. And then the DRL and turn signal is actually separate from the headlight housing with all that bodywork. So it's an intricate design, along with that line that runs right through the middle, and then some beefy lines coming down the hood to give this full-size truck an aggressive look. Now, as part of this AT4X package, this gets a set of 18-inch wheels with this all-terrain tire. Wheel is finished off in gloss black, which is a perfect combo. It even gets these full steel rock sliders. You could use those as a step to enter and exit this truck, but of course, those are going to be meant for taking this truck off-road and protecting the underside of this cab. Now, for the side mirrors, the end caps are finished off in gloss black. This has a camera system. There's a sunroof up top. All of the window trim is blacked out too. And then the AT4X badge is actually chrome, which is interesting to see, but it matches the chrome that you'll see on the front door handles. You can use that to lock and unlock this truck. And then we have the quad cab, short bed, has a really nice design to it. There's some plastic for the fender flares, both in the front and the rear. And then for the rear end of this GMC, this does have a camera. We have the multiflex tailgate. This has a set of taillights on both sides, of course, with the body colored bumper, all of the parking sensors. There's even a step on each side, so you can use those to enter and exit this truck. It has a towing capacity right around 9,600 pounds. But with this multiflex tailgate, if you push on the upper button, that will actually just release the upper section. So if you need to use this as a workbench, or you have some items that you want to place in here and the tailgate is just a little bit too short, you can actually, in a sense, have a bed extender already built in into this tailgate, which is cool to see. Now, if you push on the button up underneath it, the entire liftgate will slowly lower. This has the full bed liner to give this truck the added protection that you need. And then if you use that top button again, now we can actually use this step to enter and exit the truck, along with this grab handle. So lock that into place, and now if you're using this as a work truck and you need to get into this bed every single day, it makes it that much easier. So you're not having to stress or strain jumping up or jumping down from this truck. Now, if we put that away, this truck also has the optional kicker audio sound system built into the tailgate. I actually used this on a previous truck. You can hook your phone up with Bluetooth connectivity and listen to all of your tunes. So if you're dirt biking, you're tailgating, you're at work, and you want some tunes, you have a built-in speaker. And this tailgate is even very lightweight, so it's easy to close. Now this truck also has remote start, so if I lock it and double tap this button, it will automatically start up. Now what's interesting is that you have to hold this button to shut it off. So it's interesting that you have to double tap it to start it up, but then hold it to shut it off. Interesting that it's not actually on the key fob, but with it unlocked now, we can take a look at this interior. And being the AT4X, it has a lot of nice materials, all of the wood trim, all of the leather. This has the Bose audio, full leather seats. They're heated for the backseat passengers, just on the outer two seats. There's all the white piping. There's even a lot of hidden storage. So you have two storage bins behind the backrests on each side. You can even lift up both bottoms, and that gives you an ample amount of interior storage if you need to use that. Or you can put that seat back down, and now full-size adults can fit in the back. Now you can actually use that rock slider as a step if you need to. And then at 5'10", I have plenty of room. I could have two people next to me. It's very, very spacious. Plenty of headroom too. You can see how much higher up this headliner goes for your backseat passengers. We have about 3 inches there, I would say. 2 cup holders are in the middle. You do have some climates, which is nice. You have the armrest along with 2 cup holders and a little bit of storage. There's even the electronic sliding rear glass, and you can fold the headrest down to give you a little bit more visibility. Pickup trucks really don't have any blind spots, so it's nice that you have a lot of glass, you have a lot of visibility. The front door panel is finished off just like the rear. This has power folding side mirrors, even the memory seating adjustments. If you have multiple people driving this truck, makes it very easy. Plenty of storage space as well. And then these front seats have the badging right in the middle, heated and ventilated, even massaging. All those functions are down on the side with the rest of the controls. We have the grab handle in all 4 corners, which I love to see. Makes it very easy to get into this truck. Now with that massive brushed aluminum button, we'll fire this truck up. But looking at all these controls on the steering wheel, on the left side, this is all the cruise and adaptive cruise control settings. There's the heated steering wheel. You can use everything on the right to go through all this center information. So currently you can see phone if you have that paired. There's the compass. You can pull up your music, and then you can go through a lot more information here. Basically just your daily driving stats that you need to see. There's a timer, your TPMS. You can monitor your driver assistance, and then some other vitals just to keep an eye on. Now what I love about this massive digital gauge cluster is that you can actually configure the display layout, so you can go through a few different settings just depending on how you'd like to view all of this information, and you can also change some items too. So if I go back to classic here, and then we go to left side, right side, even the lower gauges, you can control what you'd like to see pop up. So as you can tell on the left side, there's the clock as well as the outside temperature. If you'd like to see something else, you can easily have that shown, or you can go to none and have more of a calm screen. So it's very configurable in that aspect. This even has steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. There's a volume on that right side. Tuning is on this left side too. So the paddles are just the upper half with more hand controls just underneath that. On this left side, there's the electronic parking brake, all of the 4-wheel drive selectors, even a few different driving modes. So you can go to off-road, you have terrain, and the last one is just normal. There's even a trailering mode. We have all the headlight, fog light adjustments, even a bed cargo light. This truck has the heads-up display. Don't know if you can see it or not, but it's showing miles per hour and the speed limit sign. And then we have this massive infotainment system. It's fairly new for the Sierra. You'll notice too, just above that though, there's leather on the entire dash. But this screen is very, very nice. We have a lot of icons to go through on this home screen. You can even see that it is a split screen right now. So you have some info on that right side that you can go through, including the Google Maps there. But on this left side, there are 2 home buttons, one on the screen, a physical button underneath the power and volume. And then you can go through all of these icons like I just mentioned. You can quickly get to your music, even pull up the navigation in full screen. You can preset everything on the left side, so it doesn't have to be what's shown at the moment. This is just how it's currently set up. So not a whole lot of information, but it definitely gives you everything that you need to go through. Underneath that, you'll see all the climate adjustments. There's the dual zone, so the fan speed is on both sides. Heated and ventilated, like I mentioned earlier. You have where you like the air to go. Everything that you need to adjust for all of those settings. Underneath that, there's a really nice row of toggles for your lane keeping assist, parking sensors, engine start-stop feature. You can even deploy the rear tailgate if you'd like to. There's the traction control, downhill assist, even some lockers. So if you want to take this off-road, you can do the rear locker or you can do front and rear at the same time. Now there's actually a good amount of space underneath that. You'll see that there's a few auxiliaries too, so you can charge electronics if you need to and place them there. 2 cup holders and a little bit of storage is on that right side. And then let's take a look at this 3D camera system. You have so many different angles depending on what you need to see with this truck. We actually took the ZR2, so the Chevy model off-road, where this camera system here was very helpful taking this off-road, so we could place the front tires and of course avoid any obstacles. Now there's also a trailer camera system too, which is currently blank because I don't have a trailer hooked up, but that gives you some more guidelines just to give you that much more visibility. Now you can also shift using those paddles like I mentioned earlier by putting it into the low range, and then park is right on the top. Now this also has a trailer braking system, even a wireless charger right in the middle. If you open up the armrest, you get a little bit better access to that, along with some auxiliaries and plenty of space for all of the information that you need to place there. Now this also has 2 glove boxes, so if I push on this button here, you have a little bit of storage on the upper section. Not the most usable, but it is there. Plenty of storage in the glove box just underneath that. And then this has the manual adjustment for the sunshade. All of the automatic adjustments are up in the middle. There's garage door buttons, dome lights as well. And this has the digital rear view camera system, which is very nice to have. Gives you more visibility so you don't have to look over your backseat passengers or headrest. It gives you that full, almost 180-degree view. So now let's get this out on the road. And as we set off now for this GMC Sierra, I was trying to use the paddle shifters there. I wouldn't say they're the most responsive, but this is a pickup truck. It's not performance oriented. Paddles are really just there so you can downshift if you're towing, if you're taking this off-road, and you need to at least downshift, maybe upshift a gear. But I do like that they're there. Truck is very powerful too. It gets up and moves. And this is actually the second AT4X that we've had for a week, so I have a lot of seat time behind the wheel of this full-size truck. We have used this like a full-size truck should be. As far as the other one that we had, putting in beds and a lot of wood in the bed, we utilize this truck as it should be, and we're glad to be able to do that because this is a very capable truck. As far as even having that shorter bed, it's very large. You can put a lot of items in it too. And this is just a great full-size truck. If you're in the market for something like this, I love the amount of interior space. I love all of the tech. Check out my full detailed review if you want to see how everything works, even though I briefly went over it in today's video. It just gives you a lot of great, pretty much everything. It's good all around for everything, for towing, for people, for storage. It's also super, super comfortable, and I love how this Multimatic suspension handles all of these bumps out on the road. Now I will say for this Sierra, if you compare it to the Silverado ZR2, which is essentially the cousin to this Sierra, it has a lot more ground clearance, better approach and departure angles. So the ZR2, I would say, is a lot more off-road focused. Even though this truck comes with the AT4X package, we have the lift, we have the wheels and tires, the rock sliders. I don't know how many people are going to take this $80,000 truck off the pavement. We took the ZR2 off the pavement to test how capable that was. I feel like this Sierra is mainly for, maybe you're using it for farm equipment, you're going down gravel roads, where you need to use four-wheel drive in some of those situations. There's some articulation where you need to get that extra grip maybe, but you're not like hardcore off-roading this. You're not taking it to places to off-road. You're taking it to places where you may happen to be off-road and you need to use all of those features. But if you want your truck to be a little bit more beefy looking, a little bit higher too, I think it's cool that you can buy this as is, so you can buy a factory vehicle with everything on it. So if you're worried about a warranty or something like that, you know, this truck already has everything on it, so that's included in the warranty and it's not something you installed yourself. I could see buying it and having it set up like that, which would definitely be cool to do. But we'll give it another acceleration here as we go around this right turn, just in the normal setting now. And for a heavy truck, that was not even half throttle. Nice mild acceleration, we got up to speed. I really don't have any complaints with this truck. Comment down below if you have one, if you've driven one, you've been around the GMC trucks for a while. I really can't pick it apart. like I said, this is the second one that we've had for a week. So I've had a lot of seat time behind the wheel. We will be taking this on a mini road trip just to get some more seat time behind the wheel of it. But I like it. I like everything that's offered, and I think it's a really, really good option. So this is kind of like my second first impressions for the Sierra. Check out the full detailed review, as well as a few others that I will be making on this truck. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.